It is I, the World Heavyweight Champion of RPGs. This is going to be a video requested by Hercules1. And he said, my main man, educate my monkey ass about werewolves and the politics of werewolves in the world of darkness, in Werewolf the Apocalypse. Now, unfortunately, Werewolf the Apocalypse has often been seen as the booty hole of World of Darkness games. This where all the shit just pours down. It's like, man, I couldn't get to play in a game of vampire. They wouldn't let me play my ass in my. I'm going to play some werewolf. I've been asked to play tons of werewolf games over the years. I've turned most all of them down because the vast majority of werewolf games that I've ever seen were fucking pathetic. Just pathetic. Werewolf is not fight. Oh, we fight skin dancers. We fight black straw dancers. We fight Fomori. We fight kinfolk. We fucking fight dozens of vampires. No. You fight, you build it, and you fight something. You know, you have this big fight. You're not fighting constantly. That is not the way the game was intended or designed to be played. It's designed to explore the character's life. There's so many other aspects that need to be in a game to make it successful, to make it good, and allow you to suspend disbelief. I, for one, don't fucking know. People in my group, you know, we will bring that up and ponder unto each other into the wee hours at some points, philosophizing. Why do people like that play RPGs? Fucking no. I'm going to put a video out there one time, because I'm sure somebody watched my channel like that. I don't know why, but they do. Why not battle games, man? Why not play Magic the Gathering or play Duke Nukem or something like that? I just don't get the appeal or the draw if you're doing nothing but, and I see this all the fucking time. I go down to the game store, I see it all the time. So it's out there. This is probably a huge portion of the hobby, sadly. That it's just hack and slash, man. It's roll, I missed him. Okay, you roll, you missed me. Okay, I roll, hit 8 points of damage. You roll 8 points of damage. Boom, 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 boom. That's the combat you was finna get to? I'm running from everything in this game. I am running from everything. I'm not enjoying this combat at all. Slow it down. Slow it down. Definitely in Werewolf, you really need to slow it down. And also in every other RPG, when you have combat, slow it the fuck down. Engage the five senses. Explain it. I did a video on this, so I'm not going to spend 10 minutes in this video recapping all of that. But paint the picture. Make it beautiful. Make it horrifying. You know, so to explain the shit smell in the air from the gored open intestines of the NPC that have just been perforated and there's shit just flying up all over your face. It's horrifying. That is aggravated damage you're doing with bites, with nails, and you're biting things that look like they have horrendous amounts of diseases. Putting that shit in my mouth, that's for damn sure. That should be something you think about, like, I will not put you in my mouth. Oh, God, I got it under my fingernails. You know, those kind of things. Sell that shit. Watch what happens the next time you game when you fight some disgusting looking Fomori and you're afterwards, like, fucking frantically trying to groom yourself, just like you would in real life. If you had toxic sludge all over your body, you wouldn't be like, oh, it's straight as fuck. No, you would be fucking horrified. You know who else would be horrified? Your character. Be horrified. I gotta get this shit off of me. Who knows what this does? This is the worm, son. The worm ain't a joke. The worm ain't funny or friendly or cuddly. The worm is finna fuck your ass up. He don't like you. And for good reason. So, how do we keep it away from D&D with claws, which offends me on both levels. D&D with crinos, other people call it as well. The problem being that these people, they see D&D, they see these D&D players get together, just roll the, 8 damage, miss, bam, 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 metagaming, out of character, cheating, all the fucking horrible things you can do in a game all together, and they see that and they lump it onto D&D, and then they look at Werewolf, and I say, well, fuck, that's D&D for White Wolf. Fuck Werewolf, we ain't even fitting to bother with Werewolf. And they shove it to the side, and quickly pull it up to retrieve it, are the same booty players who was just getting jumped on for playing D&D. You know? Why are you playing my so when you look at that, you go, okay, it's just fight. No. Slow it down, and remember, you're a real individual in a real world. You're not fighting things all the time. Your mind would just pop and go. You're a werewolf, you know. You would be eventually completely insane if you were nothing but battling horrific minions of the worm. Minions of the worm are not cute, cuddly, and funny. They're horrifying. They are horrifying. You should be having loads of post-traumatic stress as a werewolf, even after fighting, even after seeing some of these things, even from a glimpse of the side of the eye. You could have horrendous nightmares. That's the kind of thing you should be seeing with the worms. What Banes are demons. They are fucking demons. And what Fomori are people who are possessed by demons or places or birds or the fuck they are, a mailbox, I don't know. So, when you look at all that, now let's look at the politics. So, What are we filling all the time up? We're not going around and bashing things. Well, there's those interpersonal relationships where you can have politics. We have the sept politics. We have the tribe politics. We have the auspice politics. People are going to overlook that one. We have let's see, what do we see? Let's start at the beginning. We have the sept. We have the auspice. We have the tribe. We have politics inside the pack. Politics with spirits. The game is written to be highly political. If you go, we'll concentrate on that. Not playing the game the way it was designed, and you're omitting the most fucking important and funnest part of the game. It is the engaging of that, the moving around, the balancing, the leveraging, the trying for power, the role playing. That's what it's designed for. That's what the politics are designed to do. They are the intricate web that is laid out to design role-playing. Politics basically just come down to attempting to veil the base nature of oneself as the lofty nature of oneself, with every once in a while a truly altruistic, good leadership act. But the real goal of leadership is, and always shall be, to maintain control. So, you have those personal relationships. You're in a pack. You know these people. They have different levels. That person, you have pissed that person off. Now, any of you who have worked in a political environment, particularly if you are in a multi-layered political environment, such as you work inside of one department, that inside an organization that has multiple layers. I worked in a university and I got to see all kinds of wonderful exploration of politics. I have my departmental politics, the politics of all the other departments, and then how, when we interacted, how those would overlay, how we had to act, who was where, and it's interesting, and it really can give you a lot of idea on people, and we're all spring it the same way. You want that power, because when you have the power, you got the stroke, you say the word, and it gets done. That can be the difference between saving the people you want, putting the people you don't want out on the front line, and handing their monkey ass off to the opposition, off to the worm, to be sorted out directly. So it's very important. Inside the pack, you have positions. You have your omega, your bitch. You ain't getting shit. You have your alpha, who's going to have what he wants. To the victor go the spoils, and to the leader goes the greatest share. The litany is very clear. You don't run around like we was talking about that video. In fact, I just did it. I might post this video later, but I just did it. The video response to Tetsubo on treasure. Werewolf, how you handle treasure is you give everything to Alpha and go, here you are, Alpha. He's like a fucking mob boss. He rolls deep in the crew. So you give it all to him, and then he decides, I'm finna keep all this. Or maybe I'll give things away. And again, pack politics. Okay, I need to curry favor. I'll fuck this person over here. Let me give him something and make it right. Let me balance it out. Just like you'll see in like a mob show or Sopranos or something, man. Great inspiration for a werewolf game. When you're looking at those crews running around and like, oh, I gotta make it right to this guy now because I fucked him. And they go, okay, I just did this for you. Now I gotta fuck you. Like, okay, here you go. But here's the fuck. And you're like, oh, god damn it. He just hooked me up, but I gotta get fucked. All right, damn. To sugarcoat it. So they're all tools to be used in the arsenal of leadership. Again, the sim politics come back here. Pack Alpha just be hoarding every cool thing for himself. Someone else will be like, no, fuck you. I challenge you to be Alpha. And the challenge for Alpha is somehow I've seen this done horrendously. It shouldn't be, oh, I'm just going to be challenging everybody. We're going to be challenging all the time. No. Sit your ass down. Is this feel like doing a good job? Is he going to keep you alive? Is he going to keep you good? Do you have faith in him? Don't play, I want to be the alpha play. Okay, yeah, I mean, if you have been in a situation where you have a good leader, okay, I'm not really fitting to fuck this guy over and be the leader because, he's doing a good job. But then again, maybe you are, as long as you aren't just trying to buck for the alpha slot. And the further you go down in the tribe or inside the pack, the more you are susceptible to getting fucked with. The more other packs inside the sept, right, or outside of the sept, we haven't even talked about that, the werewolf nation as a whole, the politics. Remember, you're weaving a story. And it could come down to being things as simple as, I like him, I want to see him do well. I don't like her, I want to see her go down. I want to elevate these people, create them, make them more. I want to hold these people down. I'm not going to give you the push. I'm going to push that ass down is what I'm going to do, like Shawn Michaels trying to hold a man down. You understand? It's going to be just like Van Vader to the bottom of the pack. You understand what I'm talking about? It's very important to understand and remember that when you are examining politics, what you are examining really is who are like Why don't I like them? Who don't I like? Who do I want to see do well? Who don't I want to see do well? How do I want to make my image look good? How do I want to make shit reflect good on me? I don't want shit falling on me. Let's deflect it. Oh, shitstorm. Oh, to the left. And you're in there. You know, who's going to be your scapegoat? You know, and are you going to be that one true noble king? And then how did you get fucked because of that? Because let's face it, you don't exist. Everybody at that level is going to be dirty. So just think about the dirt. Don't make, I am the pure good one. And you could like run that gimmick for a while and then throw the flip in there. And it's like, oh, dirty as fuck. We just found out the secrets. You're like, oh, I can't have you knowing those secrets. And then that person offs them. You know, it comes around. And not necessarily, I attack you. No. They just, oh, well, that's great. You know, we're going to send you on this mission to get that ass sorted out. And then you can bring that antagonist back as the antagonist. Doesn't have to be the worm. The greatest antagonist you can have is right there in the chantry. Right there is that scepter. You have to look across and go, yes, sir. Fucking rip your goddamn throat out. And maybe one day he'll just start getting a little weak, a little old. And that's when you pounce, when you're right on your game. You roll deep on his old ass and sort him out. But until then, you have to wait and eat this shit and bide your time. You know, a lot of people don't get that. They don't understand how fun selling is, to be afraid, to be fucking pissed, to be, you know, put down and have to build the story arc. So when you finally, you gotta sell like Hulk Hogan, you gotta get beat down before you go, oh yeah, brother, you! And then eventually you're gonna engage and you maybe bring that up and have that plot line. And it's so satisfying when you can deliver that after a long story arc, when you can deliver right into players' hands. And then, you know, you can have those wonderful things where they get to have vengeance upon that enemy who put them down, maybe from the time they were pups. It'll come down to something as simple as jealousy. Remember, sex plays a huge, tremendous part in politics. Werewolves have weird sexual shit. I mean, take like a weird, freaky cult. That's what werewolves are. We can't fuck each other. But let's make sex slaves out of all of our kin who aren't exactly like us. Kinfolk are often times they're fucking sex slaves. Werewolves look down on them. So we got a whole other kind of politics right here that can come all around. Say this person is the son. You're like, I'm going to fuck him because I want to. And you over here, you know, you don't realize that over here, the number 2 person in the sept is that guy's mother. And now she wants to screw your character over. Because your character said, oh, you know, I'm going to go and fuck him, and then you have that on. And maybe you don't even pick it up. And then, like, you look back, and then you know, the game has a little pieces in there. Because maybe you never pay no mind to that. Because werewolves are arrogant as fuck. Because they think they're better than everyone else. Because they fucking flipped out and turned into monsters when they were, like, 12. Guess who has god complexes? 12-year-olds. And when you're a monster, 12 is 19.5 foot tall, and has a strength of 2 billion, you finna think you are the shit. Except for those other guys who you aren't the shit to. They can whoop your bitch ass because they're like 48 and rank 5. So, creates all these interesting different power dynamics inside the political web. That's the basic. Can I use you? Are you valuable to me? Do I want to use you for something? Do I like you? Have you pissed me off? Have you pissed me off and I can't stand you? But you're valuable to me. How do I use you? Where do I leverage you? Where do I put you? How do I make you cover me so the shit, when it comes to the left, you understand, I'm not fitting to get caught up in that. I'm away from that. How do I make myself defensible? And how do I use you? Where do we fall in? How are we balanced out? How much can I push you? You know, all these are very important. Now, same thing again, back to spirits. Spirits are very fucking important in a werewolf game. They carefully, in the game, try to put over, you know, spirits want shit, and often very odd things from you. They want things from you. And spirits, they put this over in the game multiple times. Every time they talk about spirits, will fuck you, will harass you, will slander you, will fuck your name. If you fuck them, if you don't give them what you promised, they will destroy your reputation, which is very, very, very important. So, a werewolf can actually be complete shit, but have a great reputation because he's cultivated carefully and intellectually with the theurges, with the shamans, with the spirits. He's kept his word. He's made the spirits like him. They're carrying the word forward. He's politically stepping up. He's making allies. He's saying, okay, I can play the spirits. I can make the leverage. And again, politics, again, leverage. Get the leverage. Get leverage on other people. Blackmail them. Get leverage on other people. Elevate yourself. And you do not have to be necessarily a horrid, evil shadow lord to be blackmailing people. No, you can be like, all right, look, man, because this shit is blackmail. Look, man, I know your shit. I know you're dirty as fuck. I ain't finna do this. Blackmail. You're using that leverage on a person. That's what it comes down to. It's politics, man. You know, it's a fine line. And it's really important to bring that into game. And when you captivate players with those relationships, when you paint, okay, your character's in love with this kinfolk girl, and he's fucking her, right? And this is his girlfriend. All of a sudden, in swoops that 48-year-old rank 4 and swipes that ass out from under you, and he'd be banging out your 16-year-old trick girlfriend. Sorry, I'm about your damn luck. Because that's just the way it goes. What the fuck are you going to do about it? Nothing. And maybe he's doing it just to play your punk card, or maybe he wants her, and now he's pissed at you. Just like ex-boyfriends go in life. You know, pull those ideas. Think about that. You know, jealousy, greed, envy, lust, desire, the covetous nature of man. All those things are there even more in werewolves, because werewolves are closer to their animal nature, and those are all such dire parts of our animal nature that we try to cloud up and cover up with some bullshit in life. So when you're expressing that through the form of the werewolf, you can really bring in a very interesting web, because werewolves are part spirit, part animal, part person. Hell, some of them weren't even born people. They were born wolves, or in this case, sometimes medicines, and medicines can play an interesting role into the politics of trying to prove themselves, work their way up. But all the time, man, they're still, you know, like the king's bastard son. He ain't getting no goddamn title. He ain't getting there. Fucking metis. Fucking weird freak, you know, always behind the back. And it shouldn't be like, hey, we accept the metis. Don't do that, man. Be prejudiced against the metis. That's the way the game's set up. The fucking, we accept the metis is so goddamn cliche, it's ridiculous. Be bigoted against it. Oh, man, you did a great job, you fucking bastard. You know, or maybe you'd be like, ah, you did a great job. That's weird. It's a fucking worthless metis. Yeah, good job, you dick sucker. You know, so you play that onto the, to the menace. You interact with the spirit. You honor your debts. You know, remember, being honorable, being a good person, have to in any way be involved. You know, dealing with the spirit. You're building up that reputation. You've pissed the spirit off. Maybe you plan to fuck this spirit, leverage it off against this spirit. You plan to get over here. The spirit wants to get with you. There's politics between the spirits, too. They don't all like, hey, we're a big happy family of Gaia. No. Their spiritual personification of nature. Walk out in the woods. Nature isn't this nice, loving, happy family. No. So there's those opportunities for engaging in that sinister politics in nature and exploring that with the spirits. Then there's the whole thing about vampires and mages. If you're playing a werewolf game, you're like, yeah, we were raised up and just whooped some vampires. We killed like 18 vampires last game session. Okay, next game session. How come our set doesn't exist anymore? How come all the woods just got bulldozed and are no longer part of a national park? It's called Presence Dominate, biatch, and you just got owned by the kindred of the city. There's a reason werewolves don't just raise up and run roughshod over mages and vampires all the time, because they will get their asses stomped. I'm not saying that werewolves won't get theirs. They will. A one-on-one fight face-to-face, they fuck a vampire. They fuck a mage. They fuck ones that are way more powerful. Like a base werewolf just can shred through a whole pack of vampires. You know, you got the right rage, you got the right gifts, you can pop a whole pack of vampires like that. You might even be able to do it one round. You're dead, you're dead, you're dead, you're dead, you're dead. 5 attacks, you're all dead. I want initiative. Bye-bye. But vampires and werewolves don't think the same. Vampires are thinking about self-preservation. They're not out there. They don't have a hero complex. They're not looking for glory, which means they'll use ghouls, they'll use people, they'll use politics, they'll use opportunities just to buy your shit out from under you. Leverage it. Use the bank. And guarantee your silver fangs and glasswalkers are nowhere near as slick as the Methuselah running your major urban area near you. Absolutely not. They are not. Your guys are not 500 years old. They're not 1,000 years old. They're not 5,000 years old. And vampires are. Mages, not necessarily going to be as old, but they have all kinds of abilities. Just drain your care. What's this worthless piece of land you guys dance around? We took all the quintessence out of it. We shackled and bound every spirit that's loyal to you. And, we just brought in a whole bunch of horrible, horrible things. Because fuck you, and now your place is going to be toxic waste dump. Yeah, we've had this place designed to be a toxic waste dump because you fucked with us. Now, I know from having played mage for many years, a mage can do horrible things to werewolves. How do I know this? Horrible things to werewolves. Werewolves have holes in their arsenal that can be exploited by vampires and mages. Not to say the other ones don't as well, but to saying why you're not just running around killing 20 vampires. I've seen it over and over in games. They do stuff like that. There's going to be a repercussion on that ass if you're trying to keep it realistic, because there's an equilibrium. There's a reason you can't just do that. Otherwise, why not? Don't like mages, don't like vampires. Totally different reasons usually. Don't like either one of them, kill them. Also, always remember, the werewolves, their politics are tainted by that rage that they have inside them. This is very important to think about. So, I think I have gone, I'm about 21 minutes here. I think I've gone over all the basic details, the basic sorts of politics. Then you have the challenges for alpha. You have the, one Aaron of the Sept trying to show he's better than the other Aaron of another pack, and that sort of jealousy that comes from there. Then you have your tribal politics of, I'm trying to prove and bring this aspect of my tribe. I don't like how these people are doing. They're fucking it up. I don't like how these people are doing. So I'm going to go in this camp. You're going to go in this camp. So you have camps inside packs or inside tribes, and those groups don't like each other. So why they're in groups? They're like, oh, well, fuck you guys and fuck you guys. If they were all straight, they would all be in the same group, for the most part. So there's going to be the jealousy. There's going to be that lack of trust. There's going to be those divisions, and those divisions create enemies, and you're going to have enemies inside your pack. The enemy within provokes such a wonderful antagonist because he's there from the very get-go. And you can't just go up and sort him out, particularly if he's way more powerful than you, particularly early on. And when you slowly build in Werewolf, you come to a place, a goal where you have that tapestry, where you have those ideas, where you have that political network, and all the members of the Sept have been detailed. Okay, she helped your pack for this reason. He tried to hinder your pack for this reason, or did he? How were things really? Is what you perceived and what really happened. Maybe she's actually just trying to help this one werewolf out because she's secretly in love with him. And she's actually trying to get this other werewolf in your pack killed off because she can't stand him, and you can have that. They care about one member, but not about others. They're trying to work on the political career of one member and trying to hold down the other, trying to use those as stepping stones for one member. There should be many and myriad different ideas between the members of the Sept in regards. It makes it really come off popping and fresh when you have, say, that one member over here that loves one member of the pack, likes another one, and can't stand a third, and it's completely indifferent to another one. So your characters are going to have those different reactions. Oh, fuck her. Fuck her. She don't like me. Another one's like, oh, man, she hooked me up, man. Did all this for me, taught me some extra things, hooked me up with some spirits, some gifts. Love her. No, fuck her. And then that creates, again, drama, tension, and that builds a game. It builds a political web. So I hope in my 1 o'clock ramblings here that I did some headway into the politics of Werewolf. And yes, this is how the game was written to be played, to have this capture to engage you on a deep emotional level, on a political level, on a role-playing level, on an ability to immerse yourself deeper into the flesh, into the psyche of the character that you have devised to play in this game. So, if there are any further questions on the politics, I'll be happy to try to revisit it, to try to explain that more, as I think it is such an incredibly important part of the game. And in Werewolf, I have seen this done poorly way more times than I've seen it come off as a success. I've seen it come off as a success very few times, and I've seen it be butchered, pushed to the side, ignored, and fucked enough times. So, that is my thoughts on how to bring more flavor, more luxuriousness into your Werewolf Chronicle, to make it pop, to make it memorable. And after all, as a game master, what would you want to do other than to try to craft all your scenes to make them memorable, to make them last, to allow the players to immerse themselves, to allow people to really be with it and run free and express that character, and allow them the opportunity to do that. So that is, hopefully, Hercules 1, and anyone else out there that wants to hear your main man's view on the werewolves and their politics. Hopefully that got us just a little bit closer to understanding.